to this my video. uh this video, it's going to be on WordPress, a dynamic website, a three-tier application. So generally I'm going to be like trying to continue from where our last video ended. In our last video, we created a database, basically MySQL, and we saw how we can be able to connect to it. So presently we are going to, again, I'm just going to create an EC2 instance, and we connect to that EC2 instance. We connect to it, and then we connect to the database, and we see how we can be able to, you know, create a dynamic website. So basically here I'm going to be equally creating something like elastic file system, which we use it to attach it to the EC2, and just to add the storage. Then we equally going to be using services like Secret Manager, Key Manager service, and so on. For now, I'm going to do it and let a little bit unsecured, but eventually I should do a secure one, and you see how it's done. So not to waste your time, we're just gonna move forward to EC2 instance. Sorry, I was supposed to have created this before, but since I haven't, let me just create one. And so that I would have just started from here, so I can just call it my WordPress page. So we are going to be using the latest Amazon Linux 2023 AMI. So we go further here. I already have key pairs that I've created, so I'm just going to use that. I come here and edit it, use just this one VPC. And so since I'm going to launch this VPC in a public subnet so that I can be able to have a public IP. So enable public IP here. It's already, I just create it here, click here, and you enable it, and I will choose an existing security group. And here I have the security group that I have here is awesome security group. And so additional configurations here, nothing there that I need to do there. I need to come back to advanced details. And the main thing that I want to do here is, since I can log into this EC2 using a session manager, for you to use session manager, you have to go to IAM and create a policy that will allow you to be able to get to this. So I already created, and I can use SSM to log into this. All right, so basically that's it. So launching this, while it is coming up, there are some parameters that are put in place that I would like to show you guys. And basically it's at the level of the security group. All right, so let's go to security groups. Let's see what I'm trying to talk here. I just want to take you to VPC so much that I can bring you down here and show you what I'm saying. Just so easy from here. Security groups. So basically I will be using EFS security group, my database security group, my application load balancer security group, and my my web page security group. So with EFS security group, the main thing, EFS here is elastic file system. So since we are going to be mounting this elastic file system in using our EC2, so attaching it to EC2, we open a gateway for EC2, and we are passing using NFS at port 2048, and we are allowing our EC2 security group to come in. So that's why we allow this guy here to come in here. All right, so I've not made any changes, so we are allowing this guy to come in. So this, when we are mounting, this guy should be able to come through this. So another one that I want to show is this one, my database security group. The database security group equally is listening, receiving traffic from port 3306. So if you come to our inbound row, we are opening MySQL Aurora at port 33, and we are giving room to again our awesome our, our web page security group, because that is the listener, that's the guy that we're going to be connecting to. So we are giving him the keys to come into, to our house. And then if we go again, another person here is a load balancer. The load balancer here is application load balancer, and application load balancer is open to the world. You see, it's, if you come here, this guy is the one that is going to be receiving traffic from anywhere over the world, and then it will be redirecting it to our various web pages. So we open it to the wall. HTTP, we open it to the wall. All right, it's unsecured for now. When it will be secured, I will show you how we'll edit this one. Now let's go back again to security group. And now if we look at my uh, um, my web page security group, what are the protocols that are open here? Uh, I don't necessarily need SSH, since I'm not using mobile XTEM or any other means. I'm using straightforward session manager. So I'm just opening my traffic to uh I'm opening my traffic straightforward to behind the load balancer. All right, because the load balancer is the one to route the traffic to the internet. So here I give room to application load balancer here. So if I save, there are no changes, so it will not save anything. So the application load balancer is the one that is here. So I'm moving through this. So anytime the load balancer is standing in front of me, so anytime I want traffic, I will receive everything from him. So therefore I have to connect with him. That's it. So let's come back on to the EC2 and see if it's been launched and it's running, so that we can now connect to it. Okay, let's see, it's running. So we can connect to it using session manager. This is session manager here, is a direct connector, right guys? So let's connect, and that's it. Straightforward, no waste of time. We are connected to it already. So once we connect to this, the first thing that we need to do is we have to connect to the database. And before we connect to the database, we first of all have to install a language that will help this communication by saying that sudo dnf install MariaDB, which one should be that? 105 server, 105 server. So we have to install that. I have a cheat sheet, so I have to be sure that what I'm saying is correct there. So we can install this. I mean, this one we are using it because it's Linux 2023. All right, so if you come back here, install that, and let's say boom, it's going to install, asking me if I'm sure. I say yes, and it will run straightforward and get it installed. Once it has been installed and everything has been done successfully, the next thing that we will need to do is let's give it a couple of minutes. The next thing that we need to do is we'll have to connect to the database right here. Let me clear the screen. And for us to connect to the database, we will simply say MySQL, since we are using MySQL database, dash host. So what is the host here? We are looking at the host name of the database. So this is relational database. Come back here, open this, and the host name here is this endpoint. So if we copy the endpoint, we come here, give it space, and we paste it, and then the next one is asking us is the username, and the username here is admin, and then the next one that is going to be asking us is the password. And now I created the password here by using KMS. Let me show you what I'm saying. I created a password here by using KMS. Say KMS. Okay. And with the KMS, it's very simple. You just go to create and you follow the next step, and then it will ask you to put the name and description. Just go next and so on. And once you've created and it's enabled, it's going to automatically be registered on Secret Manager. It will be recorded or registered on Secret Manager, like the one that I created, the one we're going to be using today. We are going to be using my WordPress. This one, this is enable. All right, this one is disable. So since they are all disabled, you can see it there. But if I enable these two, you'll see it there. This one I'm deleting it. So if we come back to Secret Manager, we can now be able to see this WordPress. This is the key name, WordPress key. All right, but it's encrypted, so for us to, we have to retrieve it here, retrieve the secret value. And when you retrieve it, it's going to show you that the username is admin, and then this is the password. So if I copy this one here and get back to our session manager, we can be able to paste it, and damn, we are already here. Okay, so good. So once we are here, you could easily see the database, of course. And for you to see the database, you can just see show database. Okay, so so we can see the bad database by asking it to show us the database. Anyway, that's not the most important thing. Let's just exit from here. And the next thing that we need to do here is we have to create an EFS file. I already created one. I'm just going to show you how you do that. So for you to create an EFS file, we have to go to EFS. Let's come to all the services here, and we open EFS, Elastic File System. So this is Elastic File System here, and for us to create one, you just come to create a file, and it will ask you about the name of the file and then the VPC that you're going to use. For example, if I just say my EFS, so I will go to I will use the VPC, the same VPC. I customize it. I don't create immediately because I need to change some parameters in here. So once I'm here, I'm not changing anything here, but it gives you a live cycle management. If you create a file, the files can be last that if it stays for 30 days from infrequently accessed, it moves to another station, so on. That's not what we're here for. So we can go to next, and once you are here, it gives you the options. It automatically identify the public subnets here, and then right here the security groups. Because you customize it, you want to use a security group that you recognize. So for that reason, I have an EFS security group, and then I could come here to I use the same EFS security group, and once I'm done with that, I keep next and it will be created. All right, I'm not creating anyone. So now I have this one, so I can open it. So the main thing here that we're looking of is this, and equally, if you come to attach file, you're going to get more information here and so on. So now that it has been created, what are we doing next? The next thing that we have to do here is we have to see how we can get this file attached to our EC2 instance. All right, so if we log into our EC2 instance, we can first of all create directories that will help us to attach this. All right, so let's get back to our console here, and to create that, we create directories. So if we say sudo make directory, make dir, and the directory should be let me see. Okay, the directory should be this. Let me just copy from here. So if we say make this directory here, okay, so let's see sudo make directory, just to be faster, wasting time. So we will create this directory here, okay, so like that, and that is this. Okay, I ls something else, clear this one, and what do you want to do? So clear this one here, and that's not the only directory. Since we want a particular area where we want this to read from, so I will go further to see sudo make directory val dot /forward www /forward html. So if you came this in, we enter here, so we can say ls show us what is found in /forward val /www /html. Let me see. All right, it's nothing is appearing, that no problem, but the file has been created. So the next thing that we need to do is once that has been done, we will now check if something was mounted. For you to check if a partition was mounted or a directory was created and mounted, we will use dfn df-th. All right, so if we come here, since guys, everything that I'm using here is thanks to Cloud Space Academy. They are the main guys who are giving me everything that I'm using here, guys. So kudos to them. Shout out to all my teachers, Mr. Nasish and others. So you see what we have here. So we've mounted a file. Look at with all these megabytes. That's why we mounted with different separations here. So that is what it in there. And once we are done with that, the next thing that we have to do now here is we can install Amazon EFS util package. This Amazon EFS util package should create an access for us to be able to install other packages. Okay, so if we come here, we say let's install Amazon util package. So to do that, we use this command. All right, so we come here, hold on 1 second. So we come here, we say copy this. All right, oh boy, sorry, copy this, and we come back here and we paste it, say install this for us. So it's going to run that and it will install it for us here. That installation has been done. It was fast and it's completed. So once it is done, we can now mount our Amazon EFS file, all right, on the EC2. Okay, in the destination that we created, remember the destination that we created here, the destination that we created here was the val destination. /forward val /forward www /html. So that's the destination that we created. So if we come to my cheat sheet here, so what we're saying is that go to this val and mount the util, and we already have the file that this EFS that we've created. That's why we have to mount here. So therefore, for us to do that, let's go to EFS and we can be able to copy what to mount. If you come like here, attach here, see this is, we can copy all of this one. All right, or I could just copy Okay, the main thing that I would need from this area is, anyway, I copy the whole of this from here. Let's copy from, I don't want to copy right here, I just want to copy from here so that I can go to my pre-prepared command and edit it. Okay, so if I come down here, I'm saying that we see sudo mount this. Okay, so the simple thing that I can do here is probably just change the ID, let's see if let me put it here and see what it looks like. Whoops, guys, you have to be careful because you make a mistake, it's not gonna work. Oh, I don't know what I did. Go back. I don't know what I did there. What did I copy? Let me put what I copied down here and see what I copied. Did I copy something? Why is it like that? All right, you know what, get up from there and I'll copy it from a different location. Come back here. Since this one is looking the way, let's say copy the whole thing. Hopefully it looks better. I need to see it clearly, so let me paste it and see how it looks. Okay, this time around it looks better. So if you look at what is here, what I simply need to take out is just just this part here. I just need to edit just this two part from here. All right, or even right here, and I can put it into our location where we want to carry it to. Let me just carry out from here and then come like here and put it there. So you need to have a cheat sheet or this so much that you can do the editings. And okay, so that's it here. So we can copy this file now. We copy it and we go here to our system manager and try to mount it. Let's see what it gives us. Okay, good. So it's not giving us any bad response. So once that has been done, so we will have to the EC2, we have to auto mount the file system. All right, we have to auto mount the file system when it is rebooted due to any reason. So but first of all, for us to do that, we will go to we will edit the fs tab. We have to edit the fs tab file in Linux. So for us to edit the fs tab file in Linux, we will vi to it. All right, so to vi to it, this is the command that we're using. For us to be able to vi to it, we use this command here. So this command is the command that will help us to vi to it. So copy this and come over here and let's say boom, and then let's tap. Good. So we're right here now. So once you're here, the only way we can be able to mount something into this is by getting into it. And how do you do it? We press I on our keyboard and then we use the arrow direction. When you press I, you see down here it changed to insert. So we can use our arrow key and move in here to the location where we want to be, and then we can mount our fs file here. So once you're here, we hit enter again. And now once we are done with that, we can go now to our fs file and copy what we need there. So let me go back first to my cheat sheet here. And my cheat sheet says that we should bring this file system ID and from this fs area and then the region and Amazon dot whatsoever, and we put it in the file and it will be installed for us. All right, so simply let me clear off this. I will go to, okay, let's go to our fs file and copy. Let me copy this and come back. Let's go back to the cheat sheet. first of all, come here and let's go back to the cheat sheet. Okay, to the cheat sheet right here. So what I need here, let's get this off. Doop, doop, doop. All right, and then I can paste the new guy. So I think I put something more than what I'm supposed to put here. So let's undo this. Undo this. So what I simply need to do here is wait a minute, let me go back in there and see what I copied. Come back here, go back to my fs file. Did I copy this? Okay, let me go again out of this and see. Okay, good. I can copy it from here. I can copy from here right up to this end here. All right, and then I copy. Generally it tells us that sudo mount this. This is what they expect us to mount right here. It's even here. So we use this one and mount, but we copy under this and they're expecting us to mount it in EFS. But for now, we did not create any directory called EFS. The directory that we created was val, the directory val whatsoever. So if we go back again to our cheat sheet, for example, come back here. So this is the directory that we recognize. This is what we created. But if you look at what Amazon wants us to do, it wants us to put it in EFS, which we did not create that directory. So what we simply need to do is to change the directory. But I don't like the way the color is. It's not clear. I'm going to undo it again and I will copy it from a different area. Let me see. Let me close this and see if I can copy it from. I can copy it from here. All right. Let me see. Let's go back again. Sorry, wasting a lot of time. Come back here and all right. So let's paste the. So paste it here. Good. See, this one is clear. So that with this I can now copy the whole file and insert it in the FS tab. Copy this and let's go to FS tab. It should be in session manager. Yes, right here. So right click and paste. Good. You see that it's already done. So for us to exit from here, you have to press escape, and you press escape, you press colon. All right, so you press colon, and once you press colon, you save with W, and then you quit with QL and you return. Good, that has already been done. Beautiful. So once we are here, we are like, okay, so once we are done here, we can first now install our Apache page. Remember, we're going to be using the, anyway, let's install the Apache page first. So if we come here, for what I'm going to be installing is, we will install the HTTPD, we will start it, we enable it, and we restart it again. I mean, we will check the status. So this is what we're doing. So I'm just going to copy the whole of this and just paste it here. So and then let's run. Okay, while it is running, the next thing that we will have to do here is, since we want this to run behind a load balancer, we can just go further and create our load balancer. So for us to go and create our load balancer, we will need to go to EC2 dashboard down here. And first, before you create this, let's create a target group, and we say create a target group, leave everything default the way it is, and we call it my target group. As simple as that. Since it's going to be from HTTP, leave it the way it is. Go to VPC here, we choose add some VPC, leave HTTP the way it is, no changes here. We move to next, and let's copy this, and then we register it by including it here and create a target. Simple like that. So once that has been created, we go to load balancing. come down here, load balancing here. So we take load balancer and let's see, create a load balancer. So since we are going to be waiting for traffic through here, we use application load balancer. So we create application load balancer. I'm just going to call it I will call it my WordPress uh, application load balancer. Simple. So let's go down. It's going to be internet facing, so therefore what we simply do here is we use awesome VPC, and is recognizing our two availability zones that our subnets are. But since we are redirecting it to the internet, so choose the public subnet, and you take this one too. We are redirecting it to the internet, so choose the public subnet. So now the security group here, we use a security group that we've created. Remember, we created a security group called my application load balancer. So we use that one that is opening traffic on port 80. And then we redirect it. We redirect here the protocol should be redirected to the target group. Once that has been done, I mean that is all. Every other thing is okay. So we create a load balancer. So let's give it a couple of minutes, let it run and let it restart. Okay, while it is restarting, we can go further to see the next thing that we're going to do here is, after the load balancer, we will download and configure WordPress. So when we download and we configure WordPress, then we will unzip that WordPress. When we unzip the file, then from that file we can be able to look in what we hear in WordPress. There is this folder that's very important, wp config php. That is very important. That is the folder that you need to get to that folder, somewhere that we can copy every other thing that we have from EFS and mount it there. All right, so let's just give it a couple of minutes and see, a couple of seconds, not really, it might be 2 minutes or 1 minute, and see if this is going to be provisioned. But the highest thing that I need to see here is to make sure that it's working. So let's give it, what else can I do? Okay, while it is coming up, I can go further to session manager. Okay, let's clear up this area here. We clear it off and we can download and download and configure our WordPress. So to do that, let's go to our cheat sheet. So download and configure WordPress here. This is what we are using here. Okay, so let me see what we have here. ls -l. Okay, so this is what we have here. This one is not what we need anyway. Let me clear up this. Okay, now back here, so let me copy this. All right, so this is the folder, and we come here and paste this. So go and download this for us. It's gonna run perfectly faster and get it downloaded. So once it has been downloaded, we can try to see what is in here by saying that ls list what is in this folder. It's wait, clear it off again. Am I doing it the right way? Yep. Okay. Okay. All right. It's a lot that is found in here. All right. So many things. All right, no problem. Let me clear it off. Clear it, and once being cleared, the next thing that we need to do is to unzip the folder, like I said. So for us to be able to unzip it, we can unzip and then we see what is found in there. So we're gonna use this this command, sudo tar unzip the latest tar whatsoever. So copy it from here and let's go. Let's go, guys. And we paste it and let's see. All right, good. So it's unzipped. So if you unzipped again, let's see what is gonna be there. So I can see ls-l. Okay, it's still taking us and showing us all of these files. Okay, there's a lot of files in here. General, so many. Okay, clear it off. Clear and clear it off and yep. Okay, clear it off. Come back here. Once that has been done, the next thing that we need to do is let's cd to the WordPress directory. Let's cd to WordPress directory and or instead we could equally, first of all, did I unzip the file? I think I did. Okay, so if I unzip the file, let's see if we have WordPress. So if I could say again ls dash l WordPress, let's see. Okay, good. So now here, like I said earlier, wp config sample, this is the most important folder or directory that we are looking here, because this is the directory that we're going to be using to mount our fs file. All right, this one is the most important one. So once we are already there, so the next thing that we can do here is we can change our directory to change the directory to WordPress, okay, from the unzip folder. So we can just say cd to WordPress. So we already in WordPress, so that's what we simply do. We cd to WordPress, and then we can make a copy of we can make a copy of this guy here. We can make a copy of wp config. So for us to do that, let's come to our cheat sheet. Okay, and we copy make this copy. So we make a copy of this guy. Let's see. Okay, okay, so it's already there. So when we make a copy of that guy here, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. So once that copy has been made, let's go back again to our cheat sheet and see. Once we make that copy, we can now copy this to our this location. We can copy the WordPress file to the location that we created. Everything that is found in WordPress, we take it to val // val // www / html. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Just copy everything to that area. So if I come here and we see, so let me see. First of all, copy this one, and if we are already, oops. So let's copy, guys. Oh, a shout out to my classmates too, Christian. I've been working with this and having some issues, and I kept talking with him. So right now there are no such directories. I think I copied the wrong one. So let me go back, guys. You have to be very careful when you are doing this, because you could easily copy a wrong thing and then it might go and super change everything. So you just have to be careful. So let's copy this one and let's use this one. So this one, it recognizes it. So just give it a couple of minutes. I think it was because I was already in this WordPress, so I did not need to do this. So I just needed to just come straight to this one. All right, let's see what it tells us after it blinks. So once that has been done, we can now first of all restart the restart it to see. Before that, let's go to our load balancer and see what the load balancer is saying. Remember, we launched the load balancer and we did not even have the chance to check it again. We were so super busy. I think it's running already. I think it's supposed to be active. Let me refresh it and see. Yep, it's active. So the main thing that we need from here is just to test and see if it's working. So we just need to copy the DNS. Copy the DNS, come over here and let's see DNS. Let's test it and see if it's working. So please do work. Okay. I'll just give it a minute. Oh, it works. So good. It tells us that it's working. So that's good. So all right, here it's already done. We've copied everything to the folder that we created. So now that we have done that, so we will need to restart HTTP. Okay, for us to be able to restart HTTP, we just need to do that. We just need to sudo system restart httpd. So come back here and let's restart it. Okay, that has been restarted. And so if it's restarted, the next thing is for us to check this. So once it is restarted, we can now install the application dependencies for WordPress. All right, so for us to do that, we are going to do sudo dnf update everything. All right, so let's copy this here. Hold on. Copy this guy. All right, and come back here and then paste it. Good. So it says last metadata expired, expiration check. This and nothing to do. So we are up to date, guys. So since we are up to date, our next thing that we will do then is we have to install the latest version of Apache web server and the PHP package for generally our WordPress is reading from PHP package, so that's very important for us to install it. All right, so if I want to do that, let's go to, I'm not a Linux guy, so but we can always have the work done. All right, so if we come here, we see sudo dnf install all of this, copy it, and all right, so let's come back here. Let me just clear up my screen a little bit, and then we paste it here, and bam, let it install. Run, install everything. It's installing. Let's give it a couple of seconds. Once it has been installed, we again restart the system. All right, okay, complete. So clear it, and let's restart the system. To restart the system, we again see sudo system restart httpd. All right, so let's restart it. Come back here, say restart everything. All right, so hold on, restart it, paste it, and bam, it's a couple of minutes and it will restart it. It's done restarting. So once it's done restarting, what we will need to do now is let's go back to our Elastic load balancer and see what it will say. Initially it said work, so let's see again. Now error establishing a database connection. See that it is recognizing that we have a database, but it has to connect to the database. How can we connect to this database? So we need to edit the wp config php folder. All right, so and for us to do that, we have to vi to it. So how do we do that? So let's get back to our system and we go in and edit it. Remember, once you create this, you always give it some credentials, and those credentials are what should help you. All right, so we copy this. Oops. Let's see, copy this, come right here, and let's copy this, let's come here, and let's paste it, and let's run it. Oh boy, look at where we are now. So at this particular end here, just give me a minute. Okay, my computer is looking a little dark. So, alright, my screen was kind of dark a little bit. Ooh, it was really dark. Okay, good. So now that we are here, we again have to go in here and we'll edit the database name. We have to put a name that we created. We have to put the name of the username. We have to define the password, and then we have to define the location where this will be running from. All right. So for us to do that, we know very well that for us to edit anything here, even if you click I on your keyboard, is going to give you the option to insert. So you have to be very careful, and then we move down to the area, come back here, and so we're going to insert the database name just here. Hold on. So we can delete this right up to here. So let me go and get the name. All right, if we go to our relational database here, this is the dashboard. Come back here. So open it, and I was right there though. So what I'm looking for are the various configurations. So the configuration that is important is the database name, and the name that we use here is Bo database. So I can copy this and then go back to system manager right in here, and I will paste it. Okay, good. So I then move down to the username and edit this information here. Okay, edit this, and our username is admin, so that I can remember. And then let's go down to the password. Let's delete this. Okay, now the password, remember we created this password using KMS, so therefore we will need to go to we will need to go to secret manager, and it's right here. This is the password, and copy it from here. All right, so once we've copied it, let's come back here, and then we can right click and paste it, or you can just, all right, that's the password. And now we can move down to host name. So what will be our local host? Our local host will be now we are using our LDS, and so the host name is the endpoint. That's what I was supposed to use here. And so if we come back here, we can paste this. Okay, hopefully I copied the endpoint now. Okay, so once I've copied the endpoint, we can exit. So for us to exit, we press escape and semicolon, we save, with W we quit, we clear, and we return. So with this, I should be sure that so if I go now back to if I go now back to my load balancer. Where is the load balancer? EC2. Get the load balancer, please. Where is the load balancer? Come up here first. and I copy the DN, my WordPress load balancer. All right, let me see. Okay, let's see. Open a new page, tap it here and run it. Let's see what it should give us now. All right, give us something. Damn, this is what. All right, this one is where we are heading to. All right, welcome to this. Welcome. So we can now log in here. So for us to log in here, I can just create just say Blontum Tech. Just call this as my title, and then here, all the username here was Bo, I think. Okay, hold on. Mm, 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 mm. So I can just use let me use Bo as a username, and this is the password, a strong password. This one we first of all setting credentials that will be able to lock here, because generally we'll be locking um behind here the database. So I could just create a simple password where I don't want to need use something difficult. Just say mm, mm, I know it will say it's weak, so I want something difficult. So just see. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, it's still refusing. It say it's weak. So if it's weak, I can take the one I have in KMS. Yep, I can go there and just use a strong one, the one that I'll be able to remember. So I don't need to even put it on my head. So anytime I need it, I can always come back here and get it. Alright, so let's see this one. That's super strong. Yeah, very strong. So I can use one of my emails, good adventure. And okay, so let's now install WordPress. Tip 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 tip. Okay, good. So that is it. Success. We have successfully installed WordPress. So once that has been installed, let's log into the backend. So we remember our username or email. We remember everything. I just started and let's log into it. Okay. Welcome to WordPress. Alright guys, this is where our target was. Alright, so since we get to this level, you can now give to front end developers to modify the page anyhow they want it to be, anyhow they want it to look like the dashboard. So I can change all of this and everything about here. I can change it, and I know put it. I don't know how to do that one, but this is where we've been trying to get to. This is the backend, guys. All right, and you can edit the backend anyhow you want to. You can change the pages. Let me see, media front page, uh, dashboard, and so on. There's so many things that you can do here. All right, there's so many things that you can do behind here. Good. So